Hey there, welcome to another edition of the Akashic Portal. What's happening in this week? I'm going to use the Illuminating Journey cards to read the answer to the question, what do we need to know this week? I'm Jen Duchene of jenduchene.com. So we're in February. It's a new month, and this is a 6 universal month because, of course, February is 2, and we're in a 4 universal year, 2 plus 2. So we have a 6, a 2, and a 4, 2, 4, 6. So let's see what the cards have to tell us. Ooh. First card is this 15 portal, which is a 6. So that's very interesting that we're being shown a 6 right away. And the energy of this card speaks to me of the opening, the mystery, the magic, just the magical idea of bringing our dreams to life. And to me, this idea of this figure, which could be you, it could be something in your life, someone else, being able to allow or encourage the balloon or the ball of life or the dream to rise above the surface, to kind of be suspended in the air. Speaks very much to a belief and a lightness of intention and intensity. So there is a lightness, a letting go, not a worried kind of thing. It's a recognition of what needs to be done, recognizing the timing, the opportunity that is coming through at this time. This new period with everything being in disarray is perfect. And what stands out right here is this figure on the wall, which is a cave painting design, which is almost like it's leaping out of the wall to kind of play with this ball of light, this rainbow energy here. And there's a lot of energy coming in through. So it's this idea of moving, the opening the heart, swimming into that space of dreams and allowing yourself, your mind, your being to open up to what is possible, seeing the light coming in, the energy of traveling, what has been hidden, what has been below the surface that is now rising, the ideas, the thoughts, the dreams, the potential and possibility that has been kept quiet or silent is now rising with your belief, with your intention, with your sense of stepping in, right? Stepping into this portal of time to kind of spin the dial and to activate what is truly yours. So taking the reins and beginning to do the things that are needed. Open your heart, connect and nurture what you're wanting to seed and bring into the world. Raise the vibration, the frequency of the dream, the idea that you're bringing. Expand your heart so that more of that energy can come into your being, and so that you can do what is required in the material world in order to bring this intuitive, divine energy into the earth. It's almost like that, a connection, like you're the connection between the earth and source. You're the one that's helping this energy to be birthed and nurtured and brought into the world. And then the second one is the 17, which is the 8. And 8 is the number of, it's like 2 and 4 both manifesting numbers, and the 8 is the third manifesting number, 248. So it's fascinating that the 8 is showing up. This is also very similar in the sense of, okay, here's the internal part of raising the dream. This is the external part of bringing that dream to life. Taking a journey. This is a time where we must take a journey, right? We are being called to step out of where we've been and to go into a deeper search for what it is we're bringing to the world. What is it that we want to explore, express, and just bring out into the light, into the open. There's a lot of water in this card. So water, there's a lot of emotion, a lot of cleansing, purifying, letting go, realization, awareness, and commitment to the path of traveling into, all of what is available. This immense platform of what is available to bring this here. And you can almost feel like this cave that you see here is below, right? Just below. And here it is, allowing you to bring this bubble into life, into form. Really very exciting, and to see the like the colors matching feels very powerful. It feels like you are being given the plans, the information that you need to go, okay, this is it. I've got all my things, like right here. The person who could be you, the being, has many things ready, right? With the light pointing down, the light pointing up, becoming that place where it's like, what do I value? What will create success for me? Like, what is it that I need to activate and nurture along this journey to kind of step into a new way of being and recognize myself in a new light, and stand in my light for the world. And then the third card is number 5. So that's very interesting, because 5 is about movement. And I know we've had this card a few times, maybe even the last time, but it's a fascinating number, the 5, because 5 is in the middle of the root numbers. It's the number of change. It's the number of freedom and liberation, but it requires taking a risk, doing something different. It's also about travel. Both of these cards that I just showed you are about travel, right? They're about movement. It's about taking something out of the dark into the light, raising the idea, the frequency into the world, making it real, and then taking a journey. To me, this card 17 is a lot about traveling, taking a journey, entering a new phase. And so the 5 is reminding us this is about change. This is about relaxing when change comes in, knowing that we can't be in control of everything. So if we just release the idea that it's supposed to be a certain way, we will step into change with greater flow. And as you can see, the bottom of the 5 is this lovely roundedness. And then the top is the straight energy. So it has this energy of flow and movement and allowing change and kind of letting yourself be carried by your intention, by your belief, by your desire. And instead of trying to put the reins, it's a cautious time of action, right? So it's not like just wildly doing anything, but it's a deliberate movement. I know this will take me, this freedom, this will liberate me. If I take these steps, I start to speak my truth, I start to focus on the actions I need to, I will feel the energy of liberation. And this card, I know it looks pink in here, but it's actually orange, I think. Yeah, I think is it orange? I think it's orange. Well, I don't know. It looks orange to me. So yeah, it's like an orange color. So orange is that energy of our passion, letting our passion lead us into the desire we want. And again, this isn't just like just doing anything, flailing around. I'll do anything, This is a very deliberate, focused kind of change or liberation. It's bringing ourselves into life, activating our hearts, the love, the courage that we have to be true to ourselves. I just kind of wanted to show you again these cards and what's showing up here when you see them together in terms of 6, 8, and 5. Very interesting, because when you add 6 and 8, it makes 14, which is another 5. So it's fascinating how the numbers and the images can pull us into recognizing what is true for me. That's the ultimate freedom, because when freedom comes, we still have to do things. It's not like, I can do whatever I want and everyone's going to obey me and I never have to take responsibility. This is the time of personal responsibility where we get to choose where we want to put our energy. How do we set boundaries? What is it that's important to us? How do we say, yes, I'm doing this. No, I'm not doing that. That all is part of freedom, of understanding about moving towards the thing we desire with ease, because we have this roundness, and with this, which gives us strength and the dignity of knowing who we are. We just don't want to be so free that somebody else has to, shape us. We want to be free enough to move and shape our own journey based on our intuition and our desires, and looking at the clues, knowing what is it that I have to do next in order to create freedom. Do I have to set a boundary? Do I have to do something difficult? Do I need to get through this obstacle in order to be more surely on my path? So this is the message from the Illuminating Journey cards this week. If you have something that came up for you that you'd like to share, you saw something I didn't mention, I'd love to hear about it in a comment. Of course, the cards are for sale on my website, jenduchene.com. Please like and subscribe, because I'm trying to get more subscribers so I can go over 100 and get my own name. So it'll be easier to find me. So if you can do that, I would really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you next week. Have an amazing February and an amazing week.